Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JC here with another video on Action Taimanin. Today we're going to talk about the things that I expect to come to the game after the anniversary. But before we start, don't forget to leave a like, share and subscribe if you enjoy the content. So we are still a little bit early before anniversary, like it's going to be on October and we're on August, mid-August. So we still have September and then October. Probably next month we'll be seeing the addition of Inagenatsu, or maybe they will delay it. Like it would be awkward, but this ends on September the 2nd, and usually when this ends, the character releases. So yeah, it is not unlikely that she will arrive on the month of September. Oddly enough, I would have thought that they would want to put the character on the anniversary to celebrate the whole thing. And also, we're gonna get like soonish another limited pack, surely, because right now we're getting a seasonal pack in Murasaki's pack. You're gonna see it next week, but there's like a handful of characters who do not have their character packs: Sora, Aina, and Phantasma. The most likely ones to get a limited pack are Sora and Aina, so keep an eye on that. And on October, we're also going to be receiving Witsu, most likely. Like, it is not guaranteed, but it would be weird if they didn't add her into the game, like add her banner. So yeah, there's a couple things to expect before anniversary and on the anniversary itself on October, as well as the addition of the guild system. Yeah, that's the name, the guild system. I think that maybe they want to add the guild system. Like, it depends on your perspective about the topic. Like, they could add it before the anniversary on the month of September next month, so that they can focus on the anniversary itself on October. Or maybe they want to add the guild system on October so that the anniversary has like two reasons to be celebrated. Like, it's a big update and it comes with the addition of the guild system and such. And the game is gonna change a lot. Like, it could be that, or maybe they do it before. We don't know what's going to happen. But as I was mentioning, I want to talk about the things that the game desperately need to be implemented in some way, shape, or form. But let's start very quickly with basically VR. In VR, right now, we have Queen Kanaloa, which was recently added, and I really appreciate Gremory doing so, because that gives variety to the bosses that we have. And for those who do not know, we already have another boss added into the game. They haven't announced it because this is not the week where it's going to release. It's gonna release most likely at the end of the month. Yeah, at the end of the month, like in 2 weeks. Because next week is gonna be human, it's gonna be Master Taimanin, and after that it's gonna be the second human boss, and that's gonna be Wyrm Knight, which is a version of Ingrid. And this boss comes with a weapon, which is very good. Unlike Queen Kanaloa, they listen to us and they learn from their mistake, and now they're implementing the weapon directly. So obviously we're gonna have a weapon for Ingrid and also a weapon for Lina, which is pretty good, let me tell you. Like, this is going to increase the damage of Cherry Blossom Blinding Storm, which is like her staple skill that gives her HP recovery. So most likely you're gonna use that skill, so it's great. So yeah, and it's also very good that they don't force themselves to buff the awakening skill. Like, look at this. Cherry Blossom Blinding Storm, it's not the awakening skill. Storm Drive is the awakening skill. And yeah, that's what I want to see. Like, not all the awakening skills are good, actually. Like, Phantasma's awakening skill is not that great. Which other one? Micah's, if I don't say, yeah, it's a counter. So this one is pretty bad. So forcing themselves to work with those is not necessary. Some of them are actually usable, like Astro's Lava Silver, and it's pretty good, pretty decent. So it's good to see that they are taking into account our comments and changing some aspects of the game. But there's still more that they can do. Another thing that I want to see, like in the future regarding VR, would be the addition of the monthly shop. Like we have the permanent, the daily, the weekly, but we don't have the monthly option. And it would be super good to have like monthly rewards and also to increase the amount of points. Right now, like we can farm, yes, these points, but we can barely buy some of the items available in the store. If they want to implement if they decide to implement the monthly shop, they need to extend the amount of points that we can farm, definitely. Let's see. Also, it's very likely that they add another machine boss to VR because it's following the trend. First, we have Queen Arachne and Queen Kanaloa. Now we have Master Taimanin and Worm Knight. And there's probably going to be another machine type boss along with LWS Squad. And after they do that, it would be wise to implement a change where they allow us to select which boss we want to face. Like 1 week is gonna be Demon, and you can fight either or, like either Queen Arachne or Queen Kanaloa, and you can change between the stages. That would be like super great, because we wouldn't have to wait more than a month, like a month and a half, to actually fight the bosses that we want. That's the only disadvantage. It's not like waiting for the store. In my case, it's more like waiting for that one boss that you want to tackle. So yeah, in my opinion, in regards to like having fun in the game, it would be very wise that they combine both bosses into 1 week, so that we don't have to wait that long. Let's see. Another thing that I expect them to implement after year 4, I don't think they're gonna do this on the anniversary. I think it's gonna take a little bit more time, and I don't mind. But what I want them to do is to expand the level. Like if each star level give us 2 levels, we're gonna be reaching level 99 at max, and they could do a thing that makes it like 100 and you get 1 big star instead of 6 stars. So it would be nice to get the level increase, but when they do, they will also need to give us more skills. I would rather not have more an expansion for this, like instead of maximum level 10, maximum level 20 or 15. I wouldn't like that. I would prefer that they give us an expansion to endurance and penetration would be nice, because those reach level 5. If they go to level 10, that would be okay. But also different effects. If they want to expand on this, that would be nice. Let's see. That's another thing. Oh yeah. Another important thing that I would like to see is more machine type characters. Look at this, guys. It's very simple. 6, 12, and 3 more. That's going to be 15 human type characters. Pretty normal, pretty nice. Then let's go with the demons. 3, 6, and another 2. That's going to be 14 demon type playable characters. Nice, normal. 4 machine type characters. We are like 10 characters behind in the machine attribute. How is that possible, Gremory? I mean, I get it. There are more popular characters that are demon and human for sure. I won't deny that part. But there's also characters that could be implemented in the game, and they can also do their own originals. Like Emily is an original one, so be sure to add more machine type characters. It's just that there's a bunch of supporters in the games that help out machine type characters, and we don't have that many options to use them on. Like, I have Asuka and Shisui to use the White Feather Asuka supporter for both effects. And that's it. Like, there's no more suppressed type characters, and there's few characters. Like, the only machine type character who can take advantage of New Year Felicia is Emily, and that's it. No, wait, Emily and we don't have a blue one. God, we don't have a blue machine type character. Yeah, Gremory, we need more machine type characters. And let me show you. Oops. Yep. I was checking the anniversary. So, yeah, we have like Brynhilda. That's Brynhilda, Brumilda, however you want to call her. This is a machine type character that could be easily implemented in the game. And I think that people would like her. Like, definitely. Another one that I would like to see is Amane. Amane has this like arm, machine arm, and I know what you're thinking. Like, she doesn't look that appealing at first with this image, but maybe if we look at some other art, you may find her more appealing. And like, she's already a supporter. I think that Gremory could implement her in the game, and she can focus on Knuckles. Yeah, I know. Like, the big disadvantage, I guess, against about using machine type characters is that most of them are gonna require a unique weapon, and I there's little I can say about that. Like, it's an effort to implement a new type of weapon into the game, and it's better if there's characters who can share the weapons. I mean, technically, Fuma Mane could work with the same weapon as Asuka, but at the same time, it's not. It's the whole arm, even the hands. So I get it if Gremory is like not too enthusiastic about machine type characters, but we definitely need them. It's just unbelievable that we have 14 demons, 15 humans, and only 4 machines. It's like, where's the balance in that? We need more machine type characters. And guys, be sure to comment which other characters you think would fit the machine type attribute that you would like to see in the game. Like, we need to give Gremory more ideas. Like, I would also like to see like demons which counts as machines. That would be nice. Like, I would accept it. Like, we have humans that count as machine, but there could also be demons that count as machine. I don't think that the game is ready for double attributes. That would be like it would break the game. But yeah, we definitely need more machine type characters for sure. Then we need more supporters with the demerit to buff the enemies. Like, I mentioned this when this character release, when this supporter release, Mifuyu. Mifuyu is a very unique supporter because it buffs the enemy, and that's really, really good. You want the enemy to be buffed so that you are able to use some other supporters that give you some kind of benefit when the enemy is buffed. For example, we have one of the classic ones in Belmer. Bermel is going to give you damage increase when the enemy is buffed. And also we have the almighty busted Nano, which it's rarely used because we cannot now it's rarely used because there are a few instances where the enemy is going to be buffed, and it is not good to buff the enemy on the defense department. You want to buff attack or critical rate, preferably critical rate. That's the best thing that can be buffed for the enemy. Because yeah, it's gonna land a crit, but it doesn't really increases that much damage compared to a damage increase or a critical damage increase buff. That would be not ideal. So, Gremory, if you can add more supporters with the demerit to add buffs, it would serve two purposes. Like, it help us use these supporters that depend on the enemy having a buff, and it would give more variety to the game. And like, obviously the main effect can be something simple like increase damage when enemies buff, and you debuff the enemy constantly, like putting an extra passive like this one that gives you a 25% chance to buff the enemy with melee attacks. That would be awesome. As long as it doesn't buff defense. That's when it's not good. Let's see. Another thing that I would like to see are more supporters that apply effects on multi-hits, similar to White Feather Aska. But like White Feather Aska is super broken. The percentage of the effect is not super good, but the fact that it is so broken balances the chance, the 10% chance. But there's a bunch of other supporters which have effects that proc on a 10% chance, but they are not good enough to be used on a 10% chance basis. Let's see, like there was one implemented, this one, Natsu. Natsu is going to give us a 44% skill damage increase. That's significant, that's pretty good. On normal melee attacks, that's not the greatest. I cannot use it with one of the best multi-hit attackers, that is Aina Winchester, yeah, which is a problem. But okay, we can use it with someone else like Felicia. But even so, that 10% it's pretty low and it's not consistent. Like, one of the things that I would like to see, as I mentioned, is more buffs that help out multi-hit attackers to give more benefit to those multi-hits, as well as rebalancing those. Well, I know that Gremory doesn't want to rework on, like, they don't want to buff previous supporters. They don't want to rework them in any way, because it would be a waste of time and they can focus on something that gives money instead. And I get it, but at the same time, like, if they keep the trend of giving these effects, which are good, but the chance is so low that it's like you never actually use it and it's not worthy to put on the main, then why bother? The same can be said about something like the Berserker weapons. The Berserker weapons is a topic that covers other supporters, similar to, for example, this one, Carl Emily Simons. Where are the Berserker tickets? Here. So, what is the effect of the Berserker weapons? Increased damage dealt with ultimate, that's fine. When HP is under 20%, go into Berserker mode for 10 seconds. Berserker mode increases speed by 8%, increases damage dealt to all enemies by 8%, and damage taken from enemies increases the damage taken from enemies? With that's awkward. Like, it's green, so I guess it means damage reduction from enemies. All enemies, no, and damage taken from enemies increases by 8%. Yeah. So you become more frail. Heals 25% of lost HP when the Berserker mode is activated. So yeah, that's the issue here. That's the issue. The effect is not viable at all, because this activates on 20%. Like, they have done a ton of effects that are really risky to activate, and the reward for activating those effects is not good enough. If you're asking me to go less, to go and put my HP less than 50%, actually, I expect a good reward. Like, 50% is kind of acceptable for this kind of effect, but going to 30%, 20% HP, yeah, the effect must be broken to actually use something that risky. There were other supporters that did that. Like, I don't remember right now which other supporter did something like funny that isn't worth it. But there are supporters that do that. Like I remember Emily, and also I think that there were there were some formations that require you the same thing, like um, going to a certain amount of HP to activate, or having some bad activation condition, like being the only character in VR. So yeah, Gremory, like if you're going to ask us to risk ourselves or risk the run, please make the effects worth it. That's another thing that I want to see in the future. Let's see. More support that help multi-hits. Oh yeah. Another thing that we need. Like right now we don't have the gacha for the F2P supporters. They're gonna implement it here, I guess next week. I don't have the news right now at hand, but they're gonna put a paid gacha to get the F2P supporters, some of the F2P supporters, Susuni included, which is one of the best ones. But those are like pretty low value. Like people shouldn't actually roll on those in most cases. Like, yeah, there's an argument to be made if you want to use the exchange facility or if you want to unlock formations because you didn't get those supports. There's an argument to be made there, but generally speaking, those are not worth it. If it was like $1 each roll, maybe. Yeah, why not? But it's $10 each, so yeah. We need ways to get all supporters. And I don't mean the exchange facility, nor that paid gacha, which is pretty bad. We need tickets. We need tickets which we can use to select the specific supporter that we want. Like, I don't have a ticket for supporters right now. No, I don't have any tickets for supporters. But for example, this one allows you to select which weapon you want. We need that same thing only for F2P supporters. I'm not asking that much. Like, if we're able to get, I don't know, maybe 3 supporters, F2P supporters per month, that would be fine. And they also need to add into their selection other supporters that are not from events, but they were also given to us F2P, like Shaman Yukikase, that's one. New Year Shiranui, that's another one. And of course, one of the most difficult ones, Ingrid. Like, we need the ability to get the last copy for free. Because for those who do not know, and especially now that we are getting the Murasaki seasonal custom, the seasonal pack, what happened with this is that normally, let me check like one that I know that I have. This one. Normally, you're going to be able to get 3 copies. One is given to you on an event or a login. Another one is given, you can buy in the Desire shop. And another one, the last one, is going to be given to you on another event, campaign, or whatever, as a reward. So you get 3 copies of F2P. The 4th one is going to be from the pack. But you cannot, like, 5 out of 5 this naturally. You have to use a Demonite to get to 5 out of 5. And that's horrible. We need to change that, Gremory. And it's not that they need to change it immediately. They just need to add tickets with F2P supporters and add the seasonal supporters to the pool. Like, these are some of the best supporters in the game. The seasonal ones, not all of them, like some of them, like half of them are really, really good. And giving the players the ability to get this would help them out a lot while progressing through the game, like immensely. What else do we need? Let me check. I have a list. Oh yeah, craftable UR bits. Like, this is like not the most important thing in the world, but there's an argument to be made. Like, the content where the damage is gonna be reduced requires us players to have penetration. And one of the easiest ways to get penetration is with your Magatemes. But this costs a fortune to make, not only in gold, but also in UR bits. Like with 500, I wasn't able to get a single max effect of penetration. So, yeah, Gromery, give us the ability to craft them in the facilities. Like, it is not that big of a deal, and like there's not a ton of players who are gonna use it, but the high-end players are gonna appreciate it for sure. Then let me check. Yeah, the last thing that I expect at some point in the future is the addition of new modes. Like in regards to the guild system, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to add a new mode or they're just going to do a guild where everyone has to participate by doing dailies, by doing event, by doing main quest, by doing arena, and just by completing a different set of missions, everyone is gonna get rewards. They're gonna enhance their guild, and they're going to have something similar to the awakening skills to enhance all the members in the guild, like something like this. I wouldn't like to see that. I mean, it could be a thing, but at that point we need more challenging content and we're going to enhance even further our I mean, it would be good for the guild members for sure, but I mean, we need more challenging content at that point, and that's what I'm going to talk about. Like, we need more challenging content, and there's different things that Gremory can do. Number one, they're obviously, as I mentioned, going to implement another BR boss. That's one thing. Like we know we're in Night, and after that they're going to implement the machine type enemy for sure. But we are already kind of bored with BR. I mean, there's fun of it for sure, but giving variety to a game is also important. So I guess that adding new modes would be good. Like uh, people have asked for raids, and like there's a system for that. They like the anniversary missions. They keep track of the things that everyone does, and we can do a raid system for sure. I think they could also implement an unlimited mode. There's people who want to add an unlimited mode. I am not one of those people. But I see the things that could be done in an unlimited mode. Like, first of all, that would give more value to the demonic weapons, the ones that are given to us for free in an event, and they come with a gacha, because they could stack these and they could just explode the bosses whenever they appear by using the active. That could be a thing. But even so, it's not like the best thing in the world. So what I would like to see a lot are like similar to Arknights modes where we are able to traverse some kind of labyrinth and get buffs and debuffs, or maybe to craft our own challenge. Let's say that I have a very strong build, but I never use my ultimate and I don't use weapon actives, so I could ban my ultimate to increase the difficulty. I could ban the particle charge to increase the difficulty. I could ban the assist type characters and the protect type characters, and I only go with suppress. And for every restriction that I add, they give us more rewards at the end of the run. That would be like super good. Like, there's a bunch of ways to clear stages, and there's a bunch of things you can do with your characters. That's why I think that crafting our own challenge would be like super cool, as well as doing some kind of exploration, like a small labyrinth when we can take different routes and find different buffs or debuffs and tackle the stages, and maybe like have a team that we can change, because obviously it would be difficult for us to just tackle anything blindly. They have to really think this through so that you're able to use a bunch of characters. And as I said, like they can put kind of the same VR restrictions, like the damage of super step characters is reduced in this specific stage, so you can change it to another character, or the damage of demon type characters is reduced, so you can change it to a machine or a human. That would be like amazing in my opinion. But what do you think, guys? What do you expect this game to add in the future? Like, there are some things that are pretty obvious. Like I mentioned, the level increase is going to happen for sure. The the addition of more VR bosses is going to happen. No doubt about that. But what else do you want to see? What other characters do you want to see? I know that I mentioned that we should focus on the on the machine issue, but I know there's other characters that people want to see. For example, I don't know the name of this character. I think it's Edwin's sister. Here, where is he? Monster. Where are you? Yeah, like Edwin Black's sister. I think he has a sister or something. Um, they could also add, let me think, like Kirara's mom. That's another one that they could add. They could add. They could do collabs. Like, that's a sensible topic, but I don't know. There's little hope for that at this point, right, guys? Well, in any case, that's about it, guys. Tell me what you want to see in the future in the comments, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye.